Off the faceoff, puck inside. Thousand Island zone. Aaron Michaud after. He's checked out by Joe Natale. The puck comes to Ramo behind the net. Ramo trying to circle. Has it knocked away. Puck sits there. Michaud steals. In the circle. Turns. Shot. Fired it behind the net. Bouncing puck comes way out, and it's tipped out to the neutral zone. Kevin Horan back after it. Flips it along the boards. Knocked away. Comes right back to Horan. Massena zone. He'll go on the other side to Sidden. Sidden up along the wing boards. Drop back to Horan. Horan has a poke checked away. Here's a chance in front. Larkin shot, and he fired it wide. Puck goes into the corner. Giveaway in the Massena zone, and a good opportunity for Mike Larkins, but he couldn't convert. Here's another shot just wide of the net. As the Vikings trying to exert some pressure, Larkin centers it, knocked in behind by Horan. The puck comes free. Cruising in after it there is Eric Agar. He flips it behind the net for Steblin. Steblin centers, but Meacham grabs it and holds on for the faceoff.
That big line of Agar at center, Larkins on one side, Stublin on the other. That's the big production line, I do believe, for TI. They had a great scoring opportunity, as you mentioned, a turnover deep in the Massena end, and Larkins from about 30 feet out. Michaud came out and cut the angle, didn't give him much, and I think the shot hit him and ricocheted to the corner. But at the other end, Aaron Michaud also had a good shot for the Raiders, and coming in late on that far side was Ryan Ramo, couldn't cash in on the rebound.
Off the faceoff, Raiders break out of there, or try to. Out to center ice, Levine. Levine out there with Catanzarite and Robbie Whitcup. Whitcup with a puck, takes it across and flips it in the corner, in behind the net. Back after it there is Ben Gould. Gould, the defenseman for TI, circles behind his net, being bothered by Whitcup. He gets it free. Up along the puck boards to LaFleur, who dings it out to center ice. Lazaire trying to flip it ahead. Levine picks it up, flips it in the zone. It's knocked down by Larkins. That's the other Larkins, the defenseman. Centering pass in front. Levine shot, and it's gloved. Not much on it. Courtwright got the glove on it as the defenseman kind of deflected it, and the faceoff will come inside TI territory.
Good chance for Chris Levine as Adam Catanzarite, good forecheck, forced the TI defenseman to turn it over. Levine picked it up right at the half boards, walked in, and as he triggered the shot, it was deflected, or his stick was kind of deflected by the TI defenseman.
Whitcup out there to take the faceoff for Massena, right side of goaltender Courtwright. And Larkins comes out on the ice for Thousand Islands. He'll take the faceoff for the Vikings. Face-off right side. Raiders win the draw. Levine shot. Save made. Right off the face-off. Whitcup, as he has done so many times this year, won the draw right to Levine. He got the quick snapshot off, but a good save by Courtwright.
Robbie Whitcup on his backhand. They got Chris Levine in the slot. Adam Catanzarite running the picket on the right side, the face-off to the right of Courtwright. As you said, puck's dropped. Whitcup wins it right on the tape of Chris Levine. Got the shot off in a hurry, but again, right at goaltender Courtwright.
Larkins will face off against Whitcup again. Right side. Inside the TI zone. We're just underway here. No score off the draw. Puck sits in the circle, and it's banged in behind the net, cleared around the boards by LaFleur, and the Vikings move it to center ice. Nick Toth for the Raiders circles back into his own zone. Here's Toth with it, has to go way back into the corner, then banks it off the boards out to the neutral zone where Aaron LaFleur picks it up right back in Massena territory. Raiders try to control it there. Toth can't come up with it. Back in the corner it goes. Here's an opportunity in behind the net for Mike Larkins. Larkins circles out to the top of the circle, then out by the blue line. He'll backhand it in the corner. Racing in after it. Here comes Natale. In behind the net, has it stolen away, and the puck comes to Catanzarite. The Raiders will start to move it ahead. Catanzarite to Wood as the Raiders get that other line out there. Here's Wood, nice dipsy-doodle move, but he's double-teamed, and the puck squirts free, and Chris Marshall comes up with it for the Vikings. Here's Marshall off the glass to the neutral zone, takes a funny bounce, picked up there by Mark Robbins into the Massena zone. Raiders gather it in. Kevin Horan over to Sidden. Sidden's headman off a leg, dumped right back inside Massena territory. Still no score early in the game. Jeremy Sidden after it. Picks up a forechecker, flips it along the boards, out to Foster, who banks it off the boards, not out of the zone. Picked up by Matt Job. Job has it knocked away, comes back to Horan in the corner. As the Vikings put on some forechecking pressure, Raiders try to clear and finally move it out to center ice. Here comes big Matt Job down the left wing side. Nice poke check there defensively by Ben Gould, breaks it up. Raiders have to regroup and flip it back in the zone. Back come the Vikings as they control in their own end. Casey Larkins with it. Off the boards. Kevin Horan from Massena picks it up there at the Massena blue line. Sidden to the right side, down the boards, and it banks up off stick into the penalty box, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off. With 11:48 left in the first period, Tiffany's Restaurant scoreboard says 0-0.
0-0, and guys are going to get a lot of ice time tonight in this short going. We've played just about 4 minutes of action, and number 5, Aaron LaFleur, jury be calling his number a lot tonight, his name, and also looks at number 18, Michael Larkins, a big, rangy winger out there, great skater.
Off the face-off. Puck trickles out to center ice. Here comes Michaud with it. Lost it. Has it poke checked away. And it's Sherman. Flipping it ahead. Comes to the Massena line. And Nick Toth picks it up there for the Raiders. Looks on the wing. Michaud trying to trip it ahead. Has to come back after it. Flips it. Knocked away there. There's a battle for it and into the zone. Here comes a chance for Wormuth. Wormuth flips it around behind the net. Back toward the blue line, kept in at the point. Where's the puck? In the slot. Raiders try to control. And finally, it's ticked out of there by Aaron Leduc to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Joe Natale. He dumps it all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against the Vikings with 11:09 left in the first period and no score.
One of the things that give coaches gray hair when you unforced turnovers in that neutral zone, the Raider defenseman had no place to go. All he wanted to do was dump it, try to get cute with it, turn it over just outside the blue line. Away comes the white team on a 2-on-1 break, and you just whoops, and we've got referee Wayne Umel practicing his
swan dive.
I don't know what kind of move that was for the Wayner, but he tripped over the red line down there.
Off the face-off, Catanzari gets a stick on it. We have a whistle though, and I think we're going to have our first penalty of the ball game, and it's going to go against Massena, I believe.
Is it going to be Catanzari?
Robbie Whitcup.
Going to call him a cross-check.
Yeah, Robbie Whitcup for cross-checking.
Came right off the draw. Down in the Thousand Islands end, the face-off to the right of goalie David Courtwright, and puck was dropped, went in the corner, and evidently Robbie Whitcup. I didn't see it the way that, but referee George Dobbins indicating cross-check the opposing center.
Cross-checking the call, so the Raiders going to have to try to kill off a penalty here. Adam Wood, who wins the draw to Sidden. Levine's out there as well, and going to be Kevin Horan for the Raiders. Into the zone, Massena territory. Sidden picking it up again. Flipping it around behind the net, picking up Agar as a forechecker, and he banks it off the glass, and it rolls up off and into the wall.
The Raiders' penalty kill, not again, given them problems all year long. The opposition season-wise, about almost 23%, 22.9. But in the last 7 games, even a bigger horror story. The opposition scored 7 power play goals on 26 opportunities for almost a 27% average.
Ouch. Ouch. Face off in the Massena zone. Off the draw. Here's a chance in front. And the bouncer, nobody can get a stick on it, as it crawled right across in front of the net. Now the puck in behind as the Vikings set up behind the net. I think that's Steblin looking. Goes on the 45. Here's a shot across the goal mouth. Save made. Puck picked up in behind. Bouncing around, there's a scramble for it. It's cleared into the corner, and Kevin Horan will pick it up and move it down the wing boards. Here's Horan out to center ice from the red line, just flips it ahead for Levine, who just dumps it deep and gets sandwiched for his efforts. Puck in behind, and the Vikings will move it back. Here comes the headman to Aaron LaFleur. LaFleur will flip it out. Here comes Agar across the blue line, makes the move, gets in front, shot right across the goal mouth, save made by Meacham, as he got by the Massena defenseman, but Meacham was there to make the save. Puck in behind. Still in the Massena zone, controlled by the Vikings as they set up that power play. Puck cleared, goes along the 45. Still controlled. Agar winds up, shot, save Meacham. Puck cleared down the ice on the save. And we're down to 10 seconds left. Kind of a knuckler, and Courtwright had a little problem with it. Now back after it. Mike Larkins. Larkins will start out of his own end. 2 seconds left, and that'll take care of the man advantage as the Raiders get a man back here. Whitcup steps back on the ice, but here comes Larkins in behind the defense, slides it right across the goal mouth. It's cleared into the corner as Wormuth tried to follow up on the play. Raiders move it out to center ice. His big forwards, a TI, getting past the Massena defenseman a couple of times with good opportunities. Now Job with it, flips it ahead, knocked away from him, comes into the Massena zone, picked up by Toth. Still no score. Lazare flipping it ahead for Ramo, didn't see it. Puck cleared back out to the neutral zone. Now Michaud will take it across. Aaron Michaud takes it deep, right across the goal mouth, goes in behind the net. Michaud again looks to center, but it's knocked away by the defense. Now moving it ahead is R.J. Sherman. Sherman moves it out to the neutral zone, flips to the Massena zone. And here's an opportunity in front for the Vikings. They get by, but Meacham comes out of his net to clear it into the corner. Now the puck squirts in front, back dumped into the corner by the Massena defense. There's a battle in the corner. It's going to trickle right in on Matt Meacham, and he's going to hold on for the faceoff with 8:39 remaining in the first period. No score on the Tiffany's Restaurant scoreboard.
On that power play that Thousand Islands had, a couple of good opportunities. The best one, Agar, from just inside the top of the left circle, who spun around and unleashed a wicked drive. Looked like it was headed for the far post, just inside the far post, but Matt Meacham, big toe save. Another big on that power play, Matt Jobe, assistant captain Matt Jobe, threw his weight around out there, and I'd love to see that. He flattened number 5, Aaron LaFleur, with a beautiful check.
Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Sidden trying to move it along the puck boards behind the net. He escapes a check, flips it on the wing. Raiders move out to center ice. Here's Levine with it. Flips it off the boards deep in TI territory. Back after it is LaFleur, flipping it around the boards for Larkins. Larkins circles back. Larkins in behind, and he'll dump it off the puck boards behind the net for LaFleur. Stepping in front is Whitcup. Whitcup to Catanzarite. He tries a stick handle, but Larkins takes it away, flips it around. Horn keeps it in at the point. Dumps it in behind the net to Catanzarite. Here's Adam in behind, looking to move it in front. Whitcup, can he get the shot off? He does, but the save is made by Courtright. Now picked up in behind the net by Agar. Flipping around the boards. Horan keeps it in. Another shot, scores a goal! Kevin Horan. It may have been deflected in front by Catanzarite, and the Raiders take a 1-0 lead.
Good pressure by that line of Catanzarite, Whitcup, and Levine. Just prior to that, Catanzarite behind the net. Great centering pass to Robbie Whitcup. Got the shot off. Puck went in the corner. The TI threw it around the boards on the left side, and Kevin Horn stepped down, intercepted it in one motion, threw it towards the net. And I agree. I think Adam Catanzarite redeflected that, Jerry. We'll wait and see. But he was parked off to the right of goaltender Courtright, and I think he might have tipped that. If not, it's going to be Kevin Horn.
Here's what the official is. No, it's going to be Kevin Horan getting the goal. And Levine gets one assist. And Catanzarite getting one as well. So there you go. The Raiders take the lead here, 1-0. Matt Jobe, poke checked away from him into the Massena zone. Leduc trying to move it on the backhand out to the neutral zone, and it trickles there. Here come the Vikings, but Jobe comes back. Jobe, centering pass. Picked up by Wood. He gets knocked down. Nice check thrown there, but the puck poke checked in the TI zone. Wood will have to get on sides, and the Vikings will come back. Chris Marshall after it. Marshall throws it away. Jobe, side of the net, centering pass, backhander, save made, and the puck finally cleared by the Vikings. Giveaway there almost cost the Vikings. They dump it down the ice, and I believe that's going to go far enough for icing. It does, and we'll have a whistle. 7:01 remaining, period 1. It's a 1-0 Massena lead.
And his third goal of the year coming at the 7:08 mark. Kevin Horn with Adam Catanzarite and Chris Levine picking up the assist. Good pressure by the Raiders. Excellent pressure. They didn't capitalize on the initial shot that Robbie Whitcup got, but as the puck went to the corner, TI tried to run it on the boards. And Kevin Horn stepped down from that left side, just about the top of the circle, and directed one towards the net. And you and I both thought that maybe it might have hit something, but it found the far side, the left side, the glove side of goaltender David Courtright, and the Raiders up 1-0.
Well, the Raiders pick up a penalty here. Adam Wood for cross-checking at the 7:59 mark, and that's another one I didn't see. That's their call tonight, apparently, cross-checking. That's 2 on Massena. The Raiders can't afford to take any penalties because their penalty kill has not been very strong this year. Here comes a chance in front. The shot, the save by Meacham. Short, point-blank shot. And now the puck deflected up off the ice surface as the Raiders coughed it up in front of the net. And I didn't see who the TI forward that got a stick on it.
It was number 2, Scott
Was
Warmuth.
LaFleur? Okay.
Was it LaFleur? I thought it was Warmuth, number 2, but maybe it was...
Boy, I'll tell you what, it was point blank, and Meacham came up with a big save.
Right, parked right in front off the crease, and it came out of the corner. And Matt Meacham is seventh. Yeah, I'll get it out. The second big save of the period. High stick and the face-off back in the TI zone.
1:16 left in the man advantage. 6:47 in our first period. On the Tiffany's Restaurant scoreboard, Raiders lead 1-0 over TI. Here come the Vikings, though, on the power play. They cross the blue line, lose the puck, and it's dumped right back out by the Raiders. LaFleur flips it, but it goes off a skate. Larkin skate in behind the net, and he'll pick it up. Almost threw it away. Now LaFleur flips it around the boards. It comes to Steblin. Steblin's long headman pass goes into the Massena zone. Horan racing in after, turns around, takes it by a check, takes it behind the net, rips it around the boards for Ramo. Ramo trying to clear the zone, and the puck is tied up there. Here's a chance in front. Nice save by Meacham on a good opportunity by Scott Warmoth. Puck in front, and another save, and the puck kept out of there momentarily. Here's another shot. It's underneath, and it's into the corner. How did that stay out of the net?
Ryan DeLille, that's a...
Oh, my goodness. Now the puck, it's DeLille again going after it in the TI zone with 20 seconds left. He takes a check. The puck squirts free, and the first one, I think, was a great save by Meacham, but the second one was Ryan DeLille taking it out of danger there. Here come the Vikings into the zone. It's Agar, winds up, fakes the shot. Takes it wide into the corner, being forced into the corner by the Massena defense. 2 seconds left. Here's the drive. Big save by Meacham again. Puck goes in the corner. Penalties elapsed. In behind the net. There's a battle for the puck. The Vikings still control to the blue line. And there's a battle along the boards. Where's the puck? Nobody has it. It squirts free in front. Here's a chance and the shot, and they score a goal. That's going to be Scott Warmoth, I believe. Right through the 5-hole. And even though it's not a power play goal, the Raiders really hadn't gotten back from giving up that penalty, and that ties it up at a goal apiece.
Oh, they were back even strength, but they lost the battle of the boards on the right side to the right of goaltender Matt Meacham, and Scott Warmoth came right off the boards, right into the slot, took a nice low shot, beat Matt Meacham low to the glove side, but I tell you, Meacham made about 3 big saves, and Ryan DeLille saved a goal also in that sequence when the puck was just about to cross the goal line, and he reached in with his stick and pulled it back out.
Back in it goes to the TI zone. Puck around the boards. And Whitcup with it in the high slot. Gets tied up. Forced into the corner by Sherman. Puck goes bouncing into the left corner. Sidden pinches in and flips it around behind the net. Here's Levine. Can't control it. It's dumped down the ice, and that's going to go right on. Meacham will have to make the save. He flips it ahead. Out to center ice, almost hit his own, well, actually did hit his own guy with it, but it did make it out of the zone. Now back across the blue line and off sides will be the call, or a hand pass against TI. 4:35 left, a 1-1 tie hockey game.
And the tying goal coming at the 9:02 mark, Scott Warmoth from Eric Agar and Ken Steblin. The tying goal, and again, result of the Raiders losing the battle along the boards, and you just can't lose those one-on-one battles like that.
Face-off will come just outside, or actually right at the red line. Warmoth will take the draw. Raiders have it momentarily to the TI zone, right back to the Massena line. Picked up there by Horan. Turns it around, throws it away. Here's an opportunity. Sherman skates in, shot, save Meacham. Meacham flips it, grabs it, lost it, goes in behind, and actually up on top of the cage, and he'll hold on for the face-off. And that was a one-on-one right there. Meacham and the scorer, and Meacham won that battle.
Well, just a strange occurrence. The Raider defenseman has the puck just inside the blue line, goes to turn, no one pressures him, loses his edge, boom, down he goes, the puck's free. T.I. jumps on it, goes right in, a 2-on-1, and just a great save by Meacham kept this a 1-1 hockey game.
Here's Job with it, flips it out to the neutral zone, picked up by Bo Gould. Back across, back out again, back in it goes. Puck goes in behind the net. After it there is Hatch. Brian Hatch flips it around the boards. Raiders look to move it ahead, and out to center ice it goes. Wood with it. Adam dumps it off the boards deep. TI territory, he'll chase it in the corner himself, trying to flip it. It's knocked away to the blue line, kept in at the point. Hatch winds up, broke his stick. The puck bounces in the corner, and it goes in behind the net. Raiders are shy a defenseman in the corner, but Toth steps on the ice. Back to the point, kept in there. Here's Horan's shot. Save made, a nice low shot. Picked up by Foster, steps in front, fired it just wide, and Wood just missed on the rebound. Puck in behind, picked up by the TI Vikings. They move it ahead. Job steals the puck, gets by one, gets knocked down. The puck bounces in behind off the stick of Courtright, and we got a penalty now on TI. Here's Foster, stick handling, trying to get through traffic. It comes to Job. Raiders get the extra attacker out there. Here's Toth, flipping it to Michaud. Michaud goes in the corner with it, comes in behind the net, and nobody touches it yet. And where is it? It's in the corner. Nobody's touched it yet. Finally, Massena, now they touch it, and the whistle will blow, and we'll have a face-off. The Raiders are going to go on the power play.
It's going to be an interference call against TI. We'll see who gets the gate, but just prior to that, they missed one because they upended Matt Job and didn't make the call, but they made up for it a second later. But Raiders on the power play. Massena's got to start throwing some weight around, Jerry, some body out there. I don't think they're going to be effective unless they do, and I think they can pressure this TI defense down low by putting some body on them. But going on the power play, their first one of the evening, and let's hope that, again, we say that every game, that they can get that power play rolling.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. So we have 3:03 left in the period. Who do we have coming out? We're going to have Toth and Sidden at the points. Job out there with Ramo and Foster.
And as
That's a new combination.
In this early going, well, it's three minutes left in this first period. Number 21, Captain Matt Job, is really asserting himself out there, and he's got the size. He's not the best skater in the world. Big, strong, aggressive, and for the Raiders and for him to be effective, he has to use that size and that strength of his.
Face-off will be inside TI territory. Off the draw, Job wins it. Back to Toth. Toth flips it along on the other side to Jeremy Sidden. Sidden goes to the 45, Ramo. Ramo setting up in the dot. Goes behind the net. Foster, Ramo back, and he fired it high and wide. The give and go executed perfectly until they got to the shot. Back across it goes to Sidden. Sidden left point. We have a whistle. I think we're going to have a man in the crease.
Yeah, it was Kevin Foster. He maintaining that.
He was forced in.
Forced in, but I don't think he was. I think Kevin trying to take the shortcut to get him from point A to B instead of going around behind the net. You know, shortest distance, straight line, and the straight line happened to run through the blue crease of the goaltender. So referee right there, face-off coming outside the Thousand Islands blue line.
1-1 tie hockey game here at the Clayton Rec Park Arena. Whitcup now to take the draw up the face-off. Levine trying to go back to Whitcup, but it's knocked into the corner by the TI defense. Chris Marshall in there. He and Whitcup battling for. Whitcup wins the battle, goes to Levine. Levine at the 45. Wood back to the point. Kevin Horan fakes the shot, goes to Michaud. Quick shot, save made. Didn't get much on it. And the save made by Courtright. He'll hold on for the face-off.
Well, they didn't shoot when it was on the left side. They had a screen set up. It came to the middle to Kevin Horn. He elected not to shoot. Again, the screen was set up. They slipped it to the right side to Aaron Michaud. He took the shot, but
no screen.
No screen, wide open, and Courtright had no problems. You got to get in, create some traffic in front of that goaltender.
Whitcup will take the face-off. Left side of the goalie. Now there's going to make a change, I guess TI is Mike Larkins will come out.
This guy is a force, number 18.
Oh,
big,
he's a good
rangy,
player.
And I'll tell you, they can't afford him cruising down that wing too often.
Off the face-off, Raiders control back to the point. Here's Horn, took it out. They didn't see it. We got away with one right there. Puck cross-ice pass goes to Michaud. Michaud centering in front, shot fired up over the net by Whitcup. Nice setup by Massena on that power play, but again, the shot was the thing. Back to the point. Horan goes to Michaud. Winds up his shot, deflected right on, save, poked in the net. And the Raiders take a 2-1 lead on the power play. And I don't know who they're going to give that goal to, if it was on the shot or afterwards.
Well, I think it's going to be on the shot. If it's afterward, is Robbie Whitcup, the guy who tapped it in, but I think it was already by the goal line, but the Raiders kept it in, and I agree with you. They got a break. I think that puck came outside the line.
No doubt.
We're looking right down at the blue line, and it's probably 15 feet from me, and I think it came out by an inch or two, and the referee missed it. The Raiders able to keep it inside and score a power play goal.
We haven't seen one of them very often.
I love to say that. I think it was a power play goal.
Yeah, it was. Chris Levine getting the goal. Kevin Horan and Michaud getting the goal. So the Raiders take a lead on the power play, no less. And the puck comes back inside Massena territory. Raiders trying to move it ahead. And it's Eric McDonald. Is that McDonald out there? Yeah, it is. Here he comes. Opportunity in front. Passes to Job. Job and gets a weak shot off the save made by Courtright. Now McDonald banking in after it. And you might remember, now Job behind it. We'll talk about that in a moment. Job centering pass. Oh, and I'll tell you what, great opportunity there for Ramo, and he couldn't put a stick on it. Job again flips it in the corner. And I think you're right about Job. He's come to play here tonight. Kept in at the point momentarily by the Massena D. It bounces around. And it's Lazar. He's going to take it to the circle. Shot, save made. Courtright, and he'll hold on for the face-off.
Raiders have cranked up the pressure here in this dying moments of the first period. That go-ahead goal is at the 13:04 mark. Chris Levine, his fifth goal of the year. Kevin Horn and Aaron Michaud picking up the assist. And two words we love to say, it was a power play goal.
It was a power play goal. Face-off will be inside TI territory to the right of goaltender David Courtright. Robbie Whitcup will take the draw. Chris Levine right in that trigger position. And Whitcup trying to get barge his way through. He can't as Agar has him tied up, comes up with a puck. Now it's stolen by Catanzarite. Goes to Whitcup in the circle. To Levine in front. He just missed. Now Whitcup follows, fires it up into the wall. And as he was coming across the slot, he had to reach for the puck and actually got too much leverage on it and went right up into the wall.
Raiders got TI right back on their heels, and this is the time you want to strike. Take advantage of that. Pressing the last several minutes. It's been played inside the Thousand Island zone.
Massena's seen it work the other way quite a few times this season.
Yes, it has.
In fact, Saturday afternoon. Face off left side. Off the draw. Puck in the corner. Vikings look to move it ahead. Levine trying to put some pressure on. He can't. Out to center ice it comes. Here comes a good chance in front. The backhander scores a goal. That's Larkins. Looked like Meacham had it taped, but no, it gets by him, and Larkins ties it up.
On the backhand, and that was a wicked shot by Larkins. It all started up on the offensive blue line. The Raider defenseman gambled and lost, and Larkins tipped the puck by it. I think he and Steblin went down on a 2-on-1, and Steblin made the pass to the right side. Larkins went in and had the Raider defenseman all over him, but he kind of held him off with one hand, and then he got both hands on the stick and put a backhander up, and it looked like Matt Meacham had him, but I think it hit him in the pad and in the belly pad and just inside the post, and tie hockey game.
So a 2-2 tie, and I think it's going to be one of those games all night long. Puck back inside TI territory. After it is Michaud. Michaud to Job. Job kind of fans on it as Michaud did. Michaud picks it up in the corner to Job behind the net. Looks to center, back to Sidden at the point. Sidden has it poke checked away. Good defensive play made there by Ken Steblin to save a good chance by Michaud. Michaud with it. Around the boards, has it knocked away, and it's going to go down the ice into the Massena zone, but not far enough for icing. About 15 seconds left as Meacham throws it ahead to Job. Job's got Michaud breaking down the left wing side. Makes the move. Gets by one. Centering pass. Wood a little bit behind him. Now the puck cleared back out to the neutral zone. With 3 seconds left, dump back in the zone. 1 second. That's going to take care of the period right there.
Come on, Sid.
To the blue line and skating in front. The puck is still bouncing in the circle. And you know, the defenseman, had he elected to shoot when Meacham was out of the net, he might have had a better chance. But instead he elected to stick handle, and as a result, they didn't get a shot off. Here's Sidden with it. Taking a check, flips it, takes a funny bounce back to the point. Meacham makes a save. Puck goes into the corner. After it is Larkins, moves it back to the point. Shot blocked and knocked down, and Raiders move it ahead. Here comes Michaud down the left wing side. And he just dumps it as he wants off as the Raiders making a line change. Back come the Vikings to the neutral zone, dumped right back in the zone by the Raiders. Puck in the corner, and after it is Chris Marshall. He'll round it for Eric Agar. Moves it out toward the blue line. Here comes Agar, building up the head of steam. Agar takes it across the blue line. His shot high over the net. Picked up by Whitcup. Whitcup takes it in and takes the check. Gets right up, though. Hard check. Hardest check of the night so far, thrown by Eric Agar. And Robbie Whitcup is looking for which way that truck went. Now it's Catanzarite, stick handling, takes it and drops it. And finally it's Lazaire moving it out to center ice. Dumped right back to the Massena line. Colin Lazaire from the red line. He's going to carry it across. Stick handles, dumps it in behind the net. After it is Chris Levine in the corner. Levine gets tied up there by Casey Larkins, rather, the defenseman. Escapes the check, takes it back into the corner again. Larkins ties him up. He escapes the check again. Skates in front, shot right on. Rebound in front. Whitcup shot. Another rebound, another shot, another save. Where is it? It's still free, and finally diving out on it. No, it's still free. Levine takes it from behind the net. Into the circle. Centers it in front. Catanzarite can't get the shot off. It comes knocking back to the blue line out to center ice. Dumped right back in the zone. Raiders have to get on side, but the Vikings are going to ice it anyway. And down the ice it goes. So both teams with golden opportunities take a lead here early in the period.
Oh, Adam Catanzarite just fanned on a wide open. The puck jumped at the last second after a scramble in front. Robbie Whitcup had a couple of whacks at it. Chris Levine all in there, and Adam Catanzarite parked off to the right of Courtright, and it came right to him, and just as he was going to squat it in, it took a little hop right over the blade of the stick.
Wood out there with Foster and Job now, face off left side, inside TI territory. Warmouth will take the face off for the Vikings. Off the draw, puck sits in the circle, comes to Job, he'll flip it into the corner. After it there is Wood. He flips it behind the net. It's going to come free. where it's picked up by Marshall. Marshall doesn't clear the zone. Kept in by Foster. Trying to thread the needle to Wood, but he's knocked down. Puck goes in the corner to the blue line off the stick of Natali and out to center ice. Jeremy Siddons there. Banks it off the boards to the TI blue line where the Vikings pick it up, move it ahead. Stolen away by Job momentarily, but it's right back out to the neutral zone and out to center ice. Into the Massena zone, shot taken, save made, and the puck comes back behind the net. To Job. Job skates down the left wing board side. Here's Job cutting across the middle, almost lost the puck, gathers it in again and dumps it deep. Puck around the boards as the Raiders look to make a line change. The puck cleared by the Vikings. It just bounces over Woodstick out to center ice. He poke checks it ahead for Job again. Job dumps it off the boards into the zone. Picked up by Casey Larkins. Larkins back to the neutral zone. Dumped right back in by Ike Bogosian in behind the net. Back after it again is Casey Larkins. He'll move it on the wing to the blue line out to center ice. Trickles into the Massena zone. After it is Colin Lazaire. Picks it up, circles to the right corner, starts it out. 2-2 tie hockey game here. Lazaire has to drop it back to Nick Toth. Toth back neutral zone, picked up there by the Vikings again. They dump it right back in the zone. Picked up by Michaud. He banks it out to center ice. Trickles all the way down the ice, and they wave the icing off. Raiders in after DeLille. DeLille goes to Ramo. Ramo centering pass all the way back to the point, too far for Toth. He'll have to come back and regroup. Nick Toth circles in his own end. Banks it ahead for DeLille. Intercepted. Back to the Massena line. And into the zone it goes. Picked up by Lazaire. Rips it around the boards for DeLille. He turns. Moves it ahead on the wing to the blue line. Ramo trying to clear the zone. Now DeLille can't do it. Kept in there nicely by Casey Larkins. But the Raiders will dump it. And down the ice it goes for icing. And the face-off with 10:47 will move back inside Massena territory. Our tie remains 2-2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
You mentioned a moment ago a solid check by big number 22 out there, Eric Agar. He's a solid customer just like Robbie Whitcup, and it was probably the best going west. And Robbie had his head down, and Agar just flattened him. A thundering check.
Larkins will face off against Whitcup in the Massena zone. Whitcup wins the draw back to Kevin Horan. On the backhand to Catanzarite. Adam, nice move. Ahead to Whitcup, takes it across. Poke checked away. Good defensive play made there by LaFleur. Puck in behind, goes to the side of the net. Whitcup in front from the pass. Catanzarite can't get the shot off, back the other way. Here comes Larkins. Mike Larkins in on the off wing, makes a nice shift, but he's tied up, and it comes in on Meacham. He's going to cover up and hold on for the face-off.
I'm telling you, this Larkins, I'll tell you how big he is. Jeremy Sidden, who did an excellent job playing him one-on-one. Jeremy comes up to the top of his head up to about Larkins' shoulders, and Jeremy's trying to get his hand up in his face, and he has to jump to get it up there. Excellent job, Jeremy Sidden, on that one-on-one. But this Larkins is... when he one-on-one, he's dangerous. He's got that long stride and good hands, and he skates well with the puck.
Agar will face off against Whitcup again in the Massena zone. Off the draw, puck goes to Larkins. Larkins has it knocked away, but flips it into the corner before it loses it. It comes to Hatch. Hatch gets tied up. Whitcup comes up with a puck. Agar steals from him. Here's Agar circling. Out by the blue line. He'll dump it on the backhand to Larkins. It goes by him in behind the net. Puck poke checked away. Back to Larkins in the corner. Whitcup takes it right away and starts down the right wing side. Here comes Robbie Whitcup. Across the blue line. Drop pass. Catanzarite trying to go back to Whitcup in front. His shot. Save made. Puck bounces in behind the net. Back to the blue line and down the ice it goes on end. I don't think it's going to go far enough for icing. No, Meacham's going to have to cover it up as he's got Larkins cruising in on him. We're still 2-2 with 9:44 left in the second period.
Both goals for the Raiders and the TI Vikings coming in that first period. A lot of shots on goal, and both clubs picking up scoring fairly early and then scoring late in the period. Down to 9:44 in the second period. Face off deep in the Massena end to the left of goaltender Matt Meacham.
Adam Wood out there with Job and Foster. And to take the face-off will be Scott Wormuth for TI. Face-off left side off the draw. Raiders win it. It goes to Colin Lazaire. Lazaire takes it behind the net. Now looks up ice, picks up a forechecker, but moves it on the wing. That was LaFleur. Raiders try to clear down. Here's LaFleur turning around. LaFleur getting the backhand pass in front. The shot. Meacham makes a save and a good one. Raiders clear. Out to center ice. Backhand dumped right back in the zone. That was a giveaway high in the Massena zone, and it ended up in a good scoring chance. Now the puck bounces in behind. Where is it? As Meacham has it underneath him, apparently. As he went out to make a play on the puck and then lost sight of it, fell down on it, holds on.
Again, another thing that gives coaches gray hairs, unforced errors in your own end. But TI basically a 1-2-2-4 checking system, and the Raiders solved it easily. Came up the left side, then into the middle, and the Raider forward just simply lost the puck at the blue line, and the TI player standing right there, and they had one trap down low, so that created a 2-on-1 situation right there. But no reason to turn it over there. But that's high school sports. You just can't program those things. Face off deep in the Massena end, and the Raiders again back starting this period the way they did the first, Jerry. Really kind of, logy out there, tentative, lethargic, whatever you want to call it.
Ramo will take the face-off off the draw. Raiders control. Here comes Nick Toth, headman, trying to go to Michaud. Michaud shot, sharp angle, save made by Courtwright. Here's Horan flipping it into the corner. Nice job by Nick Toth that time. Puck goes in behind the net, centering pass. Ramo fanned on the shot. Back to the blue line. Toth pinches in. Can he keep it in? No, he doesn't. Just trickled across the blue line. Aaron Michaud turns around. Here's Michaud from the red line. Has it knocked away. Right back comes Eric Agar. Winds up his shot. He fired it wide. Puck goes back to the blue line. Kept in at the point. Agar after it behind the net. Here's Agar. Centering pass goes all the way back to center ice. Picked up there by Aaron LaFleur. LaFleur cross ice pass to the blue line out to center ice. Michaud picks it up, dumps it right back in. In the corner it goes, and after it is Chris Marshall, the defenseman. He gathers it in, starts out left side, flips it to the Massena line. In the cross the blue line it goes, where Colin Lazare picks it up, takes it around behind the net, rips it around the boards, and it's picked up there by Catanzarite. Headman to Levine, too far. Levine trickles it in on net, though, and holding on for the faceoff is David Courtwright.
Best scoring opportunity for the Raiders in this period. Excellent work. Aaron Michaud, he jumped into the corner, beat the TI defenseman to the puck, and backhanded it out in front, right in the slot area. And Ryan Ramo cruising right through there, no one around. But again, took a swipe at it, and it kind of hopped when he, or zigged when he zagged, I guess, because
something
he
like
fanned
that.
on it.
Whitcup will be out to take the draw. He'll face off against Scott Warmoth. TI pretty much going with two lines here.
Yeah, and they roll over the big line all the time.
Off the face-off. Puck goes in the corner to Catanzarite. He gets checked out of the play. Nice check thrown there by Bo Gould. Puck around the boards to the blue line, not out of the zone. Whitcup steals it. Flips to Levine in the corner. Levine stick handles. Takes it in behind the net. He's still got the puck. Levine goes to Whitcup, who circles in front of the net. Shot, and it's blocked by the defenseman. Try to use the defenseman as a screen. Puck in the corner. Whitcup again cruising out of the corner. Into the circle. His shot blocked again by the defenseman. Puck clear to the blue line. Kept in Sidden. He fires one in behind the net. Bouncing puck comes to Levine. Chris Levine circles. Centering pass. Takes a bounce all the way out to center ice. Bounced off a stick. And Colin Lazare will have to come up with it. And you lost your... Okay. Back it goes the other way. Here is Whitcup. Whitcup centers in front, the shot, and I don't know if it was on or not, or the save was made. Oh, I'm sorry. And it was just to the right. Now Levine backhander fires wide. Puck goes in behind the net. Whitcup. Raiders cycling now. Back to the point. Sidden shot, a bouncer. Right on. Save, rebound, score! Adam Catanzarite puts Massena on top. Third goal.
That's going to come Jeremy Sidden taking the shot from the point, about a 58-footer through traffic. Courtwright made the save, but just parked off to his left was Adam Catanzarite. Right to him, and he was smart. He got it up high, up underneath the crossbar, up over a fallen Courtwright, and the Raiders take a 3-2 lead. Sidden will get one assist. We'll see if they give another one on the play, but Catanzarite's going to get the goal. And Sidden one assist, and we'll wait and see. Here's the announcement.
Catanzarite getting the goal. Sidden getting one. Oh, that's right, Whitcup. So Whitcup getting the other assist. And they were cycling and cycling and cycling. So the Raiders have a one-goal lead here, but TI has the puck in the Massena zone. Now Nick Toth comes up with it. Headman pass. Job. Here comes Job in. Job, centering pass in front. The shot. Save made. And a great pass to Foster. And a good save made by Courtwright on the 2-on-1 break. Puck in behind the net. Job after it again. Has it knocked away. Comes right back to him. Here's Job. Looking. Circles into the corner. Goes in behind the net to Wood. There's Wood circling out of the zone. Takes it to the left corner. Wood Back to Job. Job into the circle. Back to the point. Here's Leduc. Leduc goes in the corner to Wood. Back to Leduc. Leduc shot, and it's gloved by goaltender Courtwright.
Oh, great opportunity for Foster, Andrew Foster, as Matt Job just froze the defenseman just inside the left blue line, and Foster, streaking from the right side, lost his check and walked in, took the pass about the top of the circle, walked right in, and I got indecisive, Jerry. He didn't know whether to shoot it or deke. He got caught in between half a move and really didn't get much on it, and Courtwright made the save. But the go-ahead goal at the 9:07 mark, Adam Katanzrik, his third of the year, from Robbie Whitcup and Jeremy Sidden.
Face-off will be in the TI zone. Wood will take the draw against Agar. Off the draw, it comes in behind the net. Poke check by goaltender Courtwright. You can leave right there. Into the corner. Sometimes I'm not very good at reading your hand signs, Coach. And it comes back into the Massena zone, where Brian Hatch picks it up, flips it ahead for Matt Job. Job takes the check, moves it back out to the neutral zone. Hatch, as he picks it up, flips it to the red line, dumped right back inside Massena territory. In behind the net is Sidden. Sidden picks it up, circles left side, backhand pass, intercepted, kept in there. Now it's knocked down in front, comes to Job. Job banks it off the boards as the Islanders putting some forechecking pressure. Here's a shot from the point that's blocked by Job, and it bounces out to center ice. Chris Marshall dumps it back in the zone. Raiders will come after the puck and pick it up. Sidden banks it off the boards and down the ice, and that's going to be icing against the Raiders with 5:06 left in the second period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Raiders lead at 3-2 on a goal by Adam Katanzari.
Jerry, this period's gone like the first, ebb and flow. 1 second, Massena looks stumbling, and TI's all over them, and then all of a sudden you flip a switch. They're all over TI. They can't even clear the zone, and it's been that way for both periods. They're, okay, it's your 2 minutes to dominate. Now it's going to be my 2 minutes. One thing that I haven't figured out, TI has a reputation of being undisciplined. They've only taken one penalty here tonight.
So they're doing a good job staying out of the box, no doubt about that. And here comes the Raiders breaking out. Across the blue line it goes to Michaud. Michaud upended, and the puck bounces free. Back comes TI. Trying to stick handle is R.J. Sherman, has it knocked away. Puck back the other way. DeLille deflects it in the zone. Racing back after it is Bo Gould. Gould and DeLille go into the boards. Not exactly a hard check there, as they kind of just cruised into the boards together. They're doing a little dance there. Now the puck along the puck boards. There's a battle for it there. It squirts the blue line and out to center ice. To the Massena line, and across it goes. Here's Sherman getting by the defenseman. Short side shot. The rebound sits in front, and Meacham is going to cover it up. And a good chance there for Sherman as he cut in right at the last second and got by the Massena defenseman. It got a good short side shot, but goaltender Matt Meacham had the post covered.
Yeah, and R.J. Sherman's a little upset with himself. I don't think he believed what he did. As you said, down that right side, and just at about the dot, he cut in, got a half a step, and then all of a sudden he was free of the Raider defenseman. And again, he didn't get off what he wanted on the shot, and he's kind of shaking his head as he goes to the bench.
Agar out there to take the face-off against Whitcup, left side. Off the draw. The puck cleared by Massena. Levine. Headman Katanzari poke checked away nicely by LaFleur back into the Massena zone. Ike Bogosian flips it over on the other side. Sidden steps by the check, takes it across the red line, and dumps it deep in TI territory right back out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Levine again. He'll dump it deep in TI territory. Raiders clear onside. Back after it is Aaron LaFleur. LaFleur kind of lost it behind the net. Whitcup trying to come up with it. Centers it, but it's knocked away. Back out by the blue line. Levine can't control, and here comes TI back the other way. Into the zone they go. R.J. Sherman gets by check again. Takes it behind the net. Here's Sherman looking to wrap it and lost it off the end of his stick. Back comes Massena. Here's Levine, headman pass, Katanzari busts in right side the big drive, and the glove saved by Courtwright, and he's going to dive out and grab it on the rebound and hold on for the faceoff.
Has a line by far. This line of Robbie Whitcup, Adam Katanzari, Chris Levine has been the Raiders' best out here tonight. In fact, they've scored 2 of the 3 goals and assisted on the Kevin Horn goal, so they've been in on all 3 Raider goals. Clock winding down, 3:29 in the second period, 3-2 Massena.
Face-off will be inside TI territory, and it's going to be the Adam Wood line out there for Massena. Job in the trigger spot. Now he moves out of there. Here's the face-off. Goes to TI. They're going to clear it to the blue line. Horn can't keep it in. Here come the Vikings the other way, and that's that Larkins quick shot, and Meacham makes the save. Larkins elected to shoot from a long way out, and he didn't have much angle. Meacham easily made the save. Now there's a little bit of discussion, shall we say, between Eric Agar and Aaron, or is that Matt Jobe?
It's Matt Jobe, and
Yeah.
Matt Jobe was incensed, and rightly so, because I think Eric Agar took the Raider defenseman Nick Toth right into the net, and I can't believe there wasn't a penalty. It was after the whistle. Agar, he's an aggressive youngster, and he took Nick Toth right into the crossbar, and in fact, it knocked the net off its pins. The officials right there, and Matt Jobe took exception to that and came to the aid of his teammate, and you like to see that standing up, and there'll probably be penalties here, but
Yeah, I think they called matching minors.
he's.
For red. Okay, Smith, hang on. Hang on.
It's a high stick to
And
cross
Agar
check.
got a cross check. Yeah, they're going to play 4-on-4. That goal coming at those penalties coming at the 11:40 mark of the period.
But again, only 3 penalties up to this point. The officials are doing an excellent job, but I thought they might have missed one there as Agar took Nick Toth right into the net after the whistle. And Matt Jobe, as I said, coming to his defense, although Nick Toth doesn't need any defense, but Jobe in there, and he nailed Agar and got the high stick, and then Agar cross-checked him.
So now we've got 4-on-4, and Massena captain Nick Toth is talking to Wayne Humel about that. Probably the same thing you just said.
Yeah, but anyway, the point again, TI has taken a lot of penalties this year, and they've had a lot of goals scored against them on the power play. But this is only
21.
their second penalty of the night, and Massena's third. But faceoff will be in the Massena end to the left of goaltender Matt Meacham, who has been standing tall here tonight.
Okay, we've got Larkin gets a shot right off the faceoff. They score a goal. Ken Steblin gets the goal, but it was Larkin who won the draw and went right through the Massena forward. And the save made by Meacham, and Steblin was right there to shovel it in.
Yeah, he went through the forward, but the other forward out there was supposed to pick number 6 up. Steblin didn't. He peeled off. I don't know where he was going. Raiders lost a draw, didn't have possession, and then you're standing out in front of the net. You've got to wait and make sure that we get possession of the puck. The Raider forward started to peel off, thought the puck was going to, I don't know what, but 18 took the shot, save made, and Steblin right there had the wide open net. I could have put that one in, Jerry.
Off the faceoff, puck back in the TI zone, back out to center ice, down in the Massena territory. It'll trickle in, and Meacham is going to flip it back toward the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Wood with it, takes it in on the off wing, cuts across. Wood flips it right on the rebound, bounces right back to him, winds up the shot, bounces wide into the corner. Puck around the boards, back to Horan. Horan to Toth. Toth winds up his shot through traffic, deflected high over the net. That was deflected in front by Adam Wood. And the puck cleared around the boards, kept in at the point by Horan again. Goes back behind the net. Picked up there on the defense by Casey Larkins. He flips it just to the neutral zone, and it comes to the Massena line, and it's dumped into the corner by the Vikings. Picked up there by Kevin Horan. 3-3 tie hockey game. Horan flips it ahead for Michaud, has to wait, now picks it up. Headman pass, Ramo. Ramo steps by a check, lost the puck off the end of his stick to Aaron LaFleur, dumps it back out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Sidden. Sidden flips it into the corner. Michaud after it. He can't come up with it, gets it free though. Here's Sidden, stick handles through one, into the corner. Pokes away, takes it, fires it, deflected by Ramo just over the net. Ramo, centering pass, goes all the way back to Sidden at the point. Winds up, it's blocked, gets it back again. He's tied up. Fires it in the corner. Now it's knocked away to the blue line. Trickles out to center ice. Here come the Vikings coming down 3-on-1. Into the zone it goes. Here's Wormuth in front. The shot. Where is it? They score a goal. No! It's out of the net. Start out left side. Getting by one check. Flips it on the boards to Catanzari. He tries to flip it ahead. It's tied up. Stays with it. Knocked away. Finally it's cleared out to the neutral zone by the Raiders. Picked up by the Vikings. Dumping it in the Massena zone. Back after it is Kevin Horan. Horan circles from behind the left side. He'll flip it ahead to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across to Levine. Levine takes it across the blue line back to Whitcup. Whitcup skates by a check. It's knocked down. There's going to be a tripping call. Raiders are going to go on the power play right there.
And that whole little things department, Jerry, that Adam Catanzaric doing an excellent job staying on side, has Chris Levine and Robbie Whitcup were weaving their magic through the neutral zone, and I forget which one crossed the line with it. I think it was Whitcup, but Adam Katansberg trying to stay on side. He did the splits and just was able to stay on by probably an inch with his stretching his toe out there. And when he did that, this allowed Massena to gain the zone and create the penalty as Chris Levine was pulled down just at the top of the circle on that right side. So Massena going on a power play with 1:03 left in the second period.
Robbins getting the penalty for tripping. And the Raiders will go on the power play here with 1:03 left in the period. And it's all tied at 3-3 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Whitcup will take the face-off, top of the circle, off the draw. Whitcup gets it back again, takes it in front. He's got room, gets a shot off, and he fired it wide. But he was pretty well under duress at the time. Puck goes all the way back down the ice. Nick Toth will pick it up. Takes it in behind the net and circles out on the left side. Here's Toth, headman pass to Aaron Michaud. Michaud down the right wing side, has it poke checked away, back out to center ice. 35 seconds left in the penalty period rather. Here comes Levine dropping to Whitcup. Whitcup gets a shot off, but it's blocked, and the Vikings pick it up. Back the other way is LaFleur. He can dangle with it, takes it across. Here's a shot, save made, rebound cleared, just barely. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Agar. Rebound. Big save by Meacham. The puck cleared. Here's another shot. Meacham. Unbelievable saves. Acrobatic saves for Meacham to keep this shorthanded goal from being scored. And the Raiders maintain that tie, but almost gave up a shorthanded goal.
Well, there was about 3 of them in the sequence, but the last one was the best, and I don't know if I can describe it. And the big sniper, Eric Agar, was a guy triggering from about 10 feet out, had the wide open net. I'm sure he had this one chalked up as a goal as I did. Somehow, Matt Meacham dove across. He just threw his body across in front, and the puck hit him in the chest or the shoulder, something. Unbelievable save. I can't, wow.
Face off left side, off the draw. Puck in the corner, goes back to the point. Here's a shot deflected right on, and another big save by Meacham. Raiders are going to dump it down the ice, not far enough. Here's another shot. Meacham has to make another save in territory. In behind the net, picked up by Marshall. Rips it around the boards, Wood. Wood back to the point for Massena to Toth. Fakes the shot, goes to Michaud, gets it back again. Goes to Wood. Wood takes it out by the blue line, goes to Michaud. Back to Toth on the fly, didn't get much on it. He kind of fanned on the shot. It goes in behind the net where Wood digs it out. Back to Toth at the point. Back to Wood. Wood, shot deflected right on. Rebound Michaud, and he hit the side of the net. He had about an hour and a half, and he just couldn't get a stick on it. And now the puck cleared out to center ice, and it's going to be a breakaway for Larkins. Larkins skating in on Meacham, his shot, and Meacham makes the save. Big save for Matt Meacham as Larkins all alone all the way, and Raiders come back the other way. Levine dumps it in the corner. Big, huge save for Matt Meacham. He's had some big ones in this game, and that's one of them. Puck around the boards, out to the neutral zone. No, it didn't quite get out of the zone. Now it's picked up there by Mike Larkins. Larkins takes it and dumps it deep in Massena territory in behind the net. Colin Lazare after it. Flips it along the boards. Raiders look to control it. Down the sideline. Intercepted there. DeLille trying to follow, but it bounces off his stick up into the penalty box.
A hectic several seconds there. Aaron Michaud had a wide open net on that side and hit the post. This after Chris Levine, who pranks himself on that power play in front, occupies a lot of space in there and just occupies a lot of time from the TI defenseman. TI's clearing the puck. They threw it up to the blue line. The Massena defenseman came up, went to glove it, and missed it. It went behind him. Larkins had a breakaway from center ice in, but what a magnificent save by Michaud.
Off the face-off, puck comes back in the Massena zone, and Sidden will go back in after it. Steps by a check, flips it on the wing, all the way out to center ice, in fact. Comes to Casey Larkins. Larkins, he'll flip it to his partner, doesn't clear the zone, now it's out to center ice. And back comes TI the other way, 3-on-2. Into the zone they go. Here's the man in front, couldn't get it to him. And they almost executed that 3-on-2 perfectly. Now they got a man in front, but he's tied up. The puck will come to Foster, who turns it around, takes it out to center ice. Then waves at it and lost it. Puck back to Foster, gets a piece of it. Oh, he just got checked right in the face. And I'm surprised. Here comes Sidden. Surprised he didn't make a call on that one.
High sticking, elbowing, take your pick.
Now the puck in the zone off sides will be called on TI. Whoa.
Getting back to that save by Matt Meacham, and the most dangerous guy in the team after Agar is that number 18, Michael Larkins. I keep saying Lakins, but it's Larkins, and he came down that right side and he went to the backhand, faked the forehand, drew it to the backhand, and I was sure somehow Meacham across with the arms extended and the paddle out there making the save, and Larkins just kind of shaking his head as he went to the bench.
Whitcup against Larkins off the draw. The face-off. Catanzari backhands it right on, and Courtwright's going to hold on for the face-off.
Yeah, Larkins, he goes to the bench for probably about 10 seconds, gets a breather, and he's back out there. Coach Swenson rolls. There's 4 or 5 of these guys, Agar and Larkins, along with LaFleur. They see a lot of ice time.
And that's where the Shamrocks have a little bit of advantage over the other teams in this division in the fact that they can roll 3 lines constantly.
And they don't drop off much between the
That's
3 of them.
exactly right. Off the face-off puck. Kept it, well, gloved by Kevin Horan. It was a good try, Kev, but it's not going to work as they call him for gloving the puck and then move the face-off out.
And the first thing that happens is get the face-off outside the blue line.
Whitcup will take the draw against Larkins. Off the draw, trickles to Horan. Kevin, off the glass, deep in behind the net. Back after it is Aaron LaFleur. LaFleur rips it around into the corner. Levine goes in after it there, comes up with it. Here's Levine stepping by the check, bouncing puck in the circle. Levine, he just couldn't get a stick on it. Comes around on the other side to Chris Marshall. He'll bank it down the boards into the Massena zone. Icing waved off. Puck comes back in the corner. Natali after it, but getting there first is Kevin Horan. Horan will start back on the left side. Looks up ice, steps by a check. Here's Horan, flipping it ahead to Catanzari, takes it across, takes a check. The puck bounces free to Whitcup. Here's Whitcup. Whitcup in front, Levine, can't get the shot off, it's blocked, bounces behind the net to Whitcup. Here's Whitcup again, turning it around out by the blue line. Here's Whitcup. There's a battle in front of the net as Levine, and finally the puck bounces up over the puck boards. The Raiders will make a line change, but again, this line has been very effective for Massena.
It has been effective, and again, the Raiders a little the legs in that first period. Again, the bus legs, they pulled into town just a few minutes before the game. The weather was lousy, the roads were terrible, and we had a tough time getting down, and so did the team, but they seem to be a little better here in this third period.
Wood will take the face-off. Off the draw, back to the point. It's poke checked out to center ice. Trickles down into the Massena zone. And it will be Aaron Leduc behind his own net. He stops, looks up ice, looks on the wing, comes back to the blue line. McDonald couldn't get a piece of it. Now he does. And moves it out to center ice to Leduc. Aaron Leduc winds up from the blue line. His shot and the save made. David Courtwright making maybe perhaps a little more acrobatic than it had to be. But now it's back the other way for the TI Vikings to the Massena line. In the zone it comes across, and the puck knocked down in front. Here's a short side shot, and the save is made by Meacham. And one of the TI players took a stick to him afterwards, Steblin, and Meacham was a little bit unhappy with that. And now Nick Toth coming over to say, hey, after the whistle blows, don't be hitting the goaltender.
2-on-2, and again, the double deuce for the TI Vikings. Eric Agar, he's the guy who ended up with the puck, and he's the last guy you want to have it around your goaltender. But Matt Meacham on that short side didn't give him much room, and made not much on the shot, made the save, but held on for the face-off.
And the face-off in the Massena zone. It's going to be Ramo taking the draw. He'll face it off against Kenny Steblin to the right of Meacham. Off the draw, puck sits in the circle. Agar picks it up and shoots, hit the goalpost. Or did he get the piece of that? Got a piece of it with the blade of his stick, or the shaft of his stick.
Right off the draw, the Raiders lose it. Agar's on the boards. He picks it up behind the center, cuts right into the slot area, and rips a shot. I mean, a wrist shot, and it was wicked. Labeled top left-hand corner. Matt Meacham got the shaft, top of the shaft, on the puck, deflected it over the back.
I heard the smack, and I thought it was the post, but it was the stick. Now back is Nick Toth. He looks, lost it, gets it back again, loses in front. Agar, but it's going to trickle away from him. The Raiders very sloppy in their own end for some reason, unforced errors.
Oh, as the old saying, you could sue for non-support, and goaltender Matt Meacham right now could be suing a couple of his teammates as they turn the puck over down low. And Matt holds on and says, let's settle down. Let's get everybody on the same page out here.
10. Yes, sir. Salmon River 6, St. Lawrence 3, the final from Brazier. So Mickey able to come up with a couple of goals in the third period, but that's the final. Thank you, Donnie. Back here, the puck in the Massena zone. Trickles to the blue line. DeLille trying to get it out of the zone. Comes back in the corner. After it is Ramo. He'll flip it around on the other side. Back at the point, though. It's kept in by Marshall. His shot right on. Save made with Steblin right at the doorstep. And the puck kept out in the zone. Still in the zone. Here comes Agar's shot. Save rebound. He kicks it in front. Here's another shot. Deflected behind the net off a defenseman. Comes to Agar. Agar, cross ice. Here's the shot. Fires it wide. Puck around the boards. And finally, the Raiders move it down the ice. That'll be icing against Massena, I believe. Yep. And I'll tell you what, the Thousand Islands Vikings are all over Massena on that shift.
I'll tell you, it's 3-3, but it could be about 6-3 here in this third period because Matt Meacham, he just robbed, again, Agar twice. He picked up an errant pass, he drilled one through traffic, and then went to the net, picked up his own rebound, and drilled another one, and Meacham with that, that right leg sticking out there, great save, toe save. He has been simply outstanding. Probably his best game, Jerry, of the year. Just simply outstanding.
Sherman will take the face-off against Whitcup. Off the draw, puck comes in the corner to Jeremy Sidden. Sidden takes it and wraps it around the boards for Levine. Levine lost it. The bouncer goes finally to Catanzarite, and he'll move it out. Headman right on the stick of Levine. Levine takes it wide, in behind the net. Has it knocked away. Good defensive play made by T.I. The puck squirts center ice. Here come the Vikings now, back the other way. Warmoth, nice headman, but one problem was offsides.
It's called touching the wing and stretching at 3 feet inside the pass. But right idea, just the execution a little flawed. But we're down to 9:44, 3-3 hockey game in this third period. And it's been all T.I. in this third period.
It has indeed. Warmoth will face off against Whitcup. Off the draw, Levine. Trickle right in on Courtright. He'll leave it for his defenseman, Natali. Natali gets tied up, stolen by Levine to Whitcup, poke checked away. And backhanded down the ice into the Massena zone. I don't believe it's going to go far enough for icing. No, Meacham comes out to play it to the neutral zone. Levine after it. Nice headman to Whitcup. Whitcup's got Catanzarite. Whitcup gets by and lost the puck off the end of his stick. That goes after it in the corner to Levine. Levine in front. Catanzarite shot, score. Nice goal by Massena. Catanzarite gets his second. A three-way passing play, and the Raiders take the lead.
And the guy who made it, Robbie Whitcup, he beat the TI defenseman to the corner. He passed it out to Chris Levine down to the right of the goaltender. Levine, a nice little backhanded touch pass, and Catanzarite standing in front. Again, on the stick, up high, up over the goaltender, and the Raiders take a 4-3 lead after being outplayed, outshot, and out-territorial play in this third period, but they get that go-ahead goal, and again, that line of Whitcup, Catanzarite, and Levine.
So the Raiders take the lead, but now they've got to be careful here because let's see what they can do. Raiders taking the lead here, 4-3, but every time they've taken a lead in this game, T.I. has come back to tie it up. Let's see what happens here. Puck in the Massena zone. Off the face-off. The Raiders control. Headman pass. Ooh, meant for Ramo. Good idea by Horan, but it was a little bit too far.
The 5:45 mark of the third period. Adam Catanzarite, his second of the night and fourth of the year. Robbie Whitcup and Chris Levine, and just a great tic-tac-toe play. Whitcup into the corner, throws it out to the right, the left of the goaltender, and Chris Levine just a touch pass to Adam Catanzarite cruising through the slot.
So 4-3, Massena lead here. Wood to take the face-off against Agar, off the draw. Puck goes in behind the net, picked up by Horan. He looks on the wing, Foster. Foster gathers it and dumps it. That's going to probably go far enough for icing again. He was trying to hit the winger breaking down that left side, Michaud, but it was too far.
Well, if that goal certainly doesn't spur the Raiders on, nothing will. Again, being outplayed in this third period, and goaltender Matt Meacham just coming up big to keep T.I. off the scoreboard. And that hard-working line of Robbie Whitcup, Catanzarite, and Levine going down, and beautiful goal.
Steblin takes the face-off. A bouncer off the draw comes to Agar. His shot knocked down in front by Wood. He banks it ahead for Foster. Foster takes it across, gets by one, and pokes it into the corner. In after it there is Steblin. Steblin takes it behind the net, flips it ahead to the blue line. Kept in, Ike Bogosian fired it just wide. Comes on the other side. That's Aaron Bogosian out there for the first time tonight for Massena. And he almost got the return pass. Now the puck knocked away. Here comes the chance. Oh, Larkins almost broke three. And now it was Horan with the long reach. Puck poke check deep in the Massena zone. Kevin Horan broke it up just at the last second. Horan has it swept away. In the corner, they get a man in behind the net. Here's a chance in front. It's poke checked out to the slot. Shot. Save. Rebound. It's in the slot. And the puck is cleared, but there's a whistle before that. I think the official lost sight, and that's why they blew the whistle.
And I think we're going to have a couple of penalties here. But again, Matt Meacham just outstanding. And the Raiders caught a break there because the puck wasn't covered. Big number 18, Michael Larkins, just reefed Aaron Bogosian. And Aaron Bogosian's highly upset. He got cross-checked in the side of the head, and he went after Larkins, and the referee separated him. And then Aaron Bogosian just went after another one of the players. I think that was Kenny Steblin. He's in some kind of discomfort out there, and they're calling for the coaching staff to come out and assist him.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is here. In the meantime,
I don't think there's going to be any calls at all.
You don't think so?
I didn't see the hand go up. If it does, it's a delayed penalty call. I'm not a delayed penalty, but there's an afterthought. I don't think there's going to be a penalty on either team.
Okay.
But young Aaron Bogosian looked like he took a cross-check right in the side of the neck, and he's in a lot of discomfort. Boy, I'll tell you, he's one tough cookie. He's not putting on an act here. And Coach Latham out there helping him to the bench, but the biggest player on TI, the tallest, Larkin, was the guy that against the smallest. Larkin
delivered the
6'3", and Bogosian about 5'3". But he was incensed. He went right back after Larkin, and then the next white shirt that he saw, he went after him too. Good no call, I think, by the official, especially in a game of this stature. You know, with 7:55, tight game like this. I don't know.
Face-off will come inside the Massena zone to the left of goaltender Matt Meacham. And Larkin is over talking to the official. I'm not sure what about.
Well, the Raiders caught a break on that whistle, Jerry, because,
the puck was still free.
Oh, it was free, and they were storming. Meacham made 2 or 3 big saves in there, and the puck was laying free about 8 feet out in front, and somehow the referee lost it. Good break for Massena.
And we hear some static from the TI bench. I'm not sure what they're saying, but face-off inside Massena territory. Puck squirts in front of the net. Here's a chance in front. Oh, high over the net. I don't know if Meacham got a piece of it or not, but it was a great opportunity. Here's another shot from the side of the net. Bouncing in front. It's going to come free. Raiders move it, not out of the zone. Kept in by Larkin, his shot right across the goal mouth. It'll come to Catanzarite. He pokes it out to the neutral zone. Here comes Catanzarite with Levine 2-on-1. Catanzarite to Levine in front. He can't get the shot off. He's pretty well covered by Natali. And it's Levine in behind. Natali rips it around the boards. Lazaire can't keep it in. He waved at it, but it bounced by him. Goes all the way back in the Massena zone. Meacham will shovel it all the way to the neutral zone for Catanzarite, who flips it ahead. Whitcup trying to come up with it. He can't. The bouncer goes to Agar. Agar's shot goes off a leg, Siddon's leg, and that had to hurt just a little bit. Puck along the boards to the blue line, out to center ice, Levine. Here's Levine from the red line. He'll dump as that line wants off. Puck along the boards now, controlled by the Vikings to center ice. DeLeo flips it right back in the zone as the Raiders clear. It comes to Natali. He'll rip it around the boards. Horan keeps it in. Horan centering pass right across the goal mouth. It's going to bounce off a leg to Toth. Toth winds up. His shot didn't get much on it. Puck clear to the blue line as it didn't get through. Dumped back in the corner by the Raiders. Natali with it. Natali, Michaud throws a check. Puck comes free. That's, Ramo, and he gets hog-tied behind the net. And there's going to be a penalty on TI.
And there's that undisciplined stuff that we heard about, a real foolish penalty by the TI player and I think that's one of the...
Is that Larkin?
That might be Larkin's, and it was just after Aaron Michaud had thrown a good check in the corner and flattened the other defenseman. The puck came to behind the net, and the Raider forward after it, and I think Larkin just grabbed him and threw him down right in front of the official. Jerry, getting back to that... Just a second ago, Adam Catanzarite and Chris Levine broke away on a 2-on-1 situation, and hockey's such a quick sport. You improvise as you go. And I think Adam had the intention when he picked up the puck to pass. Chris Levine was the TI defenseman went with him. Levine went wide to the corner. The defenseman went with him. Adam Katanzri could have went right down, walked right in and taken the shot, but he was so intent on making the pass that he didn't look up and see where Chris Levine was. We'll see what the call.
And what do we got here? They're saying, is this a time? No, it's not going to be a timeout. Looked like they were going to call a timeout.
Raiders have to be a little sharper on this power play than they were on the last one.
They almost gave up a shorthanded goal last time around. They've got to play it close to the vest here.
Foolish penalty. You don't want to take those penalties this late in the game when you're trailing by a goal.
Off the face-off. Puck goes in the corner. Whitcup right after it there. Circles, has it stolen away, and it's dumped down the ice by Agar. Meacham clears it out to center ice, actually, where it's picked up by T.I. and dumping it right back in the zone. That's Scott Warmoth. Kevin Horan back after it again. Takes it, flips it ahead, and the Raiders move it down the right side. It's Michaud banking it off the boards in the corner for Whitcup. Whitcup flips it back to the blue line, gets it right back again in behind the net. He'll not get to it. Casey Larkins as they battle for it there. Levine, he'll flip it out to Michaud at the 45. Michaud back to the point. Horan fakes the shot, flips it. Here's a short angle shot, and Levine couldn't get a stick on it. He was all by himself in front. Puck comes back toward the blue line. Horan fakes the shot again. This time he waited too long, and the puck is dumped down the ice.
Oh, Raiders caught a break. Agar breaking up the middle, but his teammate didn't see him. Dumped the puck instead of hitting with a pass.
Here comes Wood with it. Flips it, but right at a TI player. They knock it to the blue line, not out of the zone, but now they're going to dump it out to center ice. 18 seconds left. This penalty power play has not been very powerful for Massena again. Raiders have just had, on here, they almost throw it away there, but it comes out to the neutral zone. Bouncing around. Comes to, so it's good to see him back out there. Sidden knocks it in the corner. Penalties elapsed. Both teams back to full strength, back to the point. Toth dumps it in behind for Foster. In the corner, goes in front. Here's the shot right across the goal mouth. Now Job trying to throw the check. The puck comes to Ramo. Ramo in front. Foster shot. Fired wide, and Job came in as well and got a piece of it. Job back out by the blue line. Steps by a couple of checks. Takes it in behind the net, has it knocked away. Sidden pinches in, flips it in behind for Job. Big Matt picking up the loose puck, trying to center in front. Foster, it's in his skates, he can't control it. It's dumped to the neutral zone. Down to 4:13. Raiders up by a singleton on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Job across the blue line, swept checked away by Bo Gould. Gould will pick it up, flipping it ahead. And the puck knocked away. Katanzari, he'll move it to Whitcup. Whitcup, and I think there's going to be an offsides. And
Foster
faced off, will move outside the zone.
trying to pull a Adam Katanzari move by staying on side with the long stretch and the tippy toes, but Andrew's legs aren't quite as long. They're about a couple inches too short. Offside, but a couple of good opportunities. Ryan Ramos stole the puck in the corner and set up Foster in front off his stick, and Joe picked up the rebound and just shoveled it wide.
Off the draw to Horan. He'll dump it deep. TI zone. In behind the net, Bo Gould with it. Bo Gould gets checked. The puck squirts to Levine. Levine flips for Whitcup. Whitcup takes it out of the corner. Trying to go back to Levine. They both get tied up, and the puck squirts free, and here come the Vikings. To the Massena line, and in the zone it goes. Here's a pass right across the ice. The bouncing puck comes free. Here's a chance for Sherman in the corner, stolen away. Comes back out by the blue line. Levine. Head man pass to Katanzari behind him, and it's intercepted. Goes to the Massena line. Horan steps in front of it, takes a check, flips the puck. Back in the zone it comes. Here's a chance in front, and the shot, and Meacham makes another great save. Oh, my God. As the Massena defenseman took the puck instead of the man, it got beat bad, and Meacham comes up huge again. Here's Lazor flipping it across the blue line, knocked away, and picking it up there is Mike Larkins. Under 3 minutes to play here. Raiders with a single-goal lead, and they're fortunate to have that lead, I'll tell you that. Puck out to center ice. Sidden pumps it right back in the zone. I see heads shaking by the coach, so he's getting a few more gray hairs here. As the puck side of the net, picked up there in the TI zone, they move it ahead. and down the ice it goes. Here comes an opportunity, and the short side shot is blocked. A good play by Jeremy Siddon. Siddon looks up ice and banks it off the boards to the neutral zone as Steblin had an opportunity. Now it's Nick Toth with it. Toth skates it ahead to the red line, to the blue line, takes it across, has it poke checked away, and out to center ice. Wood just dodged a bullet. That could have been a penalty. The crowd calling for one. The whistle blows.
And I think we do have a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a delay.
I think the crowd called that one.
Adam Wood picking up a tripling. Jerry, I looked at the clock, it was about 3:20, and you shouldn't give up an odd man rush in protecting 1-goal lead with in the last 3 minutes. Raiders gave up a clear 3-on-2, and then just a 2-on-1 just a second ago that Jeremy Siddon made a good play on. But oh my goodness gracious, the Raiders just dodging a huge bullet, but 2:07 left to go. They got to kill off a penalty, and let's just hope that they've been more successful than what they have through the course of the year. This is gut check time right here.
Oh, yeah. Raiders leading 4-3 on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and a timeout has been called.
And that's another one of those offensive penalties. You know, you take them, but, you know, up in the offensive zone, you're protecting a 1-goal lead. You can't take those trip type of penalties. And it was a trip, there's no question. Clinging by fingernails.
Oh, yeah. So no doubt about it. And you know what we're going to see out there for TI.
I mean, super spectacular that you could have rung up a goal on that he just, a couple times he got lucky, but you need that. I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes, but he has been outstanding.
Ryan DeLille and Aaron Michaud will be the other two forwards. And let's see here. It's going to be Agar taking the face-off. Yeah, Steblin out there, along with, moving back to the point will be Larkins. He'll be back there along with LaFleur. Larkins has the puck and dumps it. In the Massena zone, around the boards it goes, in the corner. Sitting in behind the net, trying to come up with it. Goes underneath the TI player, doesn't know where it is. Now he finds it. Looks to set it up, centers it, knocked away. It's going to come to Horan. He takes a whack at it, can't get it out of the zone. Wormuth with it. Wormuth centers it right across the goal mouth, and it goes into the corner, in behind the net, to Agar. Agar centers it again, right across the goal mouth. And DeLille comes up with it, finds the hole, and dumps it down the ice. 46 seconds left in the man advantage. Here comes Larkins. He'll drop it in behind to Agar. He'll start it back. No, that's not Agar, excuse me. That is LaFleur, who takes it deep in the corner. Centering pass in front, stolen away off the boards and out to center ice. And now the puck trickles down inside TI territory. Job picks it up. Here's Job with it, looking to waste a little time, and he'll just dump it in behind the net. 20 seconds left in the man advantage, under a minute to play in the period. Puck in behind the net in the TI zone, but here they come again. And I do mean here they come again. It's Eric Agar, bust by the defense, cranks it up, fakes the shot. Takes it behind, circles slot, gets a shot, save made, rebound, they score and tie it up.
It's going to be Scott Wormuth who gets the goal with 39 seconds left in the period and 2 seconds left in the penalty. Agar down that right side. He just went steaming down, faked the shot, went in behind the...
So now we're down to 39 seconds left in regulation. Off the face-off. Puck goes to LaFleur, and he'll dump it deep, and actually Meacham is going to grab it and leave it in behind. Siddon off the boards, out to center ice. Trickles to Marshall. Marshall flips to the Massena line. Horan after it, can't come up with it. Comes to Catanzarite, flips it back with 18 seconds left. Comes into the Massena zone. All the way down the ice, not far enough for icing. Siddon rips it around the boards, takes a funny bounce, but claws its way out to center ice. Knocked back inside Massena territory. 4 seconds left. Looks like we're going to have some OT unless something weird happens here in the next few. And I'm sure it's Larkins on the other wing. Off the face-off, back in the Massena zone. After it is Siddon. Gathers it. Flips it behind for Horan on the left side. Horan looks up ice and out to center ice. Here's Levine. Takes it across. And offsides the call as Job Wood takes the draw against Agar. Off the face-off. Levine takes a whack at it. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Picked up by dump it in the corner. Bouncing puck side of the net. Picked up there by Chris Marshall. Rips it around the boards. Horan pinches in. Takes a whack at it. Bounces high in the air. And Agar kicks it into the corner. Comes after it. Flips it out to center ice. Here's an opportunity. Great pass to Larkin. Shot, save. Meacham, and it's clear to the blue line. Great pass and a great opportunity, and Meacham saves Massena's bacon yet again.
Set play, and it really worked, except they couldn't solve the big guy at the end.
The Raiders got kind of caught flat-footed, too, and I'll tell you what, that probably should have been a goal.
Long pass out of their own end of the neutral. Along the boards, had a breaking wing and hit him right on the button. Just a great save by Meacham.
Back comes T.I. as the Raiders make a change here. Out to the neutral zone. Colin Lazare flips it ahead. Back out to center ice. Here comes Agar. Agar shot. Save made. Meacham gives up the big rebound, but Michaud is there to pick it up. Michaud back the other way with Whitcup and DeLille. Michaud winds. Shot. Save. Puck goes by in the corner. Cleared out to center ice. Here comes the chance for LaFleur. He gets a shot. Meacham kicks it into the corner. After it there is Sherman. Flips it around behind the net. Nick Toth gathers it in there. Toth skates it out. Headman pass on the stick of Whitcup. Robbie takes it across. Dumps it in behind the net as the Raiders make changes here. And around the boards it goes. In the corner. Levine trying to come up with it. Back to Sidden at the point. Sidden keeps it in nicely. Turns it around. Gets a shot off. Save made. Rebound in front. It goes in behind the net. Wood tried to knock it out of the air. Comes back to Job. Job flips in the corner for Wood. Wood backhands it around into the other corner. Levine to Job in behind. Job circles out of this corner. Centers it. No. Fakes the shot. Has it knocked away. Back comes Agar. Agar down the right wing side. Trying to get by Levine. Here's Agar. Centering pass shot, and it's fired wide. Great pass, but just fired wide. And a great opportunity. So the Raiders giving up some odd man rushes here in this overtime. Here comes Adam Wood. Back the other way. He'll dump it deep in TI territory. Around the horn it goes. Horan pinching in. Can he keep it in? He does. Flips it in the corner, goes after it. Dumps it in behind the net where it's picked up there by Wormuth. Wormuth flips it around. Michaud steals. Trying to center in front. Whitcup can't get a shot off. Puck comes in behind. Whitcup again. Robbie with the puck. Circling from behind the net. Here's Whitcup trying to short side shot. It's in behind the net again. Whitcup centers it in front. It's cleared along the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes T.I. the other way. Back into the zone. Sherman shot, fires it in behind the net. It will go against Eric Agar just outside the Massena zone. Now they goes over to Horan, to Levine. Ahead a little bit too far. Intercepted by Chris Marshall. Back out to the neutral zone. Here comes Agar taking it across. He has to turn around by the blue line. Flips it in front. Knocked away. Raiders just barely get it out to center ice. Here comes Job. Job with Levine. Centering pass in front. Job follows. Shot hit the side of the net. Puck cleared around the boards. Good an opportunity Massena's had in this overtime. And the puck comes to the blue line, kept in momentarily. Here comes back the other way. LaFleur gets by the defenseman, tries to pass. Where's the puck? Clear to the blue line, out to center ice. Back the other way. Here comes Job. He's got Levine with him. Flips it to Levine. Didn't get enough on it as Larkins got back to break up the play. Great play and back out to the neutral zone. Larkins did a great job getting back that time. And the puck fired right back in the TI zone. Picked up by LaFleur. Doesn't clear the zone. Toth has it tossed out by him out to center ice.
Hit the top of the glass and stayed in.
Wow.
The top.
Way at the top. Now the puck dumped in the corner again. Picked up in front by Michaud. Michaud to Foster. Foster can't get the shot off. Goes back to Sidden, who pinches in. Centers it. Around the boards it goes. Comes to Toth. Raiders have pulled their goalie. They're going for the win. That's all there is to it.
That tie doesn't do many good.
Yeah, tie doesn't help them. So they got to have the win. Here comes the puck in front. Michaud shot, save, rebound, chance in front, another shot. The puck's still free. They battle at it. Where is it? 15-14, the whistle blows. And I don't know how that... They're calling for a goal.
I don't think so.
No, I don't either. I didn't see the official make any indication at all.
Well, Jeremy Sidden was the guy that down low. I'm looking 24. That's a defense. He's down and he's banging his stick because he had the wide open net, and I don't know how he missed it. And Jeremy really upset. He's looking at the clock, 13 seconds. Just a scramble in front of the TI zone and court right down out of the play to the right, and the puck came to the left side, and Jeremy Sidden's there. He
dropped the puck. Who wins the draw? Michaud back to the point. Sidden flips it, loses it. It goes out to center ice and down the ice. That'll be an icing, I believe. Yes, up with a face-off. He does not win the draw, and that's going to take